It's Alex from Back to Your Heart, your daily media source for guidance on getting your ex back. I'm thrilled to join you today for another insightful discussion on your journey to romantic reconquest. Today, we're going to look at the 12 signs that prove your ex is still thinking about you right now. But before I start listing all these signs, I just want to clarify something. It's important to take these signs as a cluster, as we've mentioned on the site. This means that we can't analyze them separately. We need to have most of them present to be sure that our ex still cares about us or not. For instance, if out of the 12 signs I'm going to give you, you only recognize one or two, it's probably not a good sign. However, if you identify with, let's say, between 8 and 10 of them, it likely means that your ex still holds strong feelings for you and may even want to get back together. So, let's start with the first sign that your ex still cares about you. They haven't moved on with someone else. Now, I'm not saying that if an ex is seeing someone else, it's definitely over, but not being in a new relationship is one good sign that your ex might still be interested in you. Why wouldn't an ex start a new relationship? Maybe they fear you finding out and thus ruining any chances of a love reconquest. Perhaps they fear hurting you, which could create jealousy. They might worry about you learning of their new relationship, and for all these reasons, an ex who doesn't move on might be questioning whether or not you should get back together. The second important sign is signs of missing you. This could be very obvious, like a text saying "I miss you." That's clear and evident. But it can also be subtler, like reminiscing about good times you had together, mentioning past experiences, or reflecting on happy memories. This kind of nostalgia can be a strong indication that your ex is thinking about you and may want to rekindle things. The third sign in our cluster is strange calls. As you may know, people are making phone calls less and less, and maybe your ex is calling you without much to say, leaving you wondering about the purpose of the call. It could simply be that your ex wants to hear your voice, wants to communicate with you, has things to say but finds it difficult to express them. In such cases, when we miss someone, what do? We call them, wanting to hear their voice, and that might just be what's happening with your ex right now. The fourth sign that your ex is still thinking about you is if you experience intense moments together. This could be, for example, the way your ex looks at you when you're together, those knowing, seductive glances. It could also be in the way you communicate, the way you get physically close, like sitting a bit too close to each other at a restaurant. If you feel that the time spent with your ex is different than with just friends, if there are lingering looks, awkward silences, or even physical proximity that feels out of the ordinary, it's a strong sign that your ex is still interested in you. The fifth related sign is physical touch. Say you're sitting next to each other, and your ex touches your arm a bit too long. As you might have read in Body Language or NLP Neuro-Linguistic Programming books, skin-to-skin contact is significant. It might be seen as awkward. So, if you notice that your ex, for instance, touches your arm when passing behind you, or brushes against you, or touches your hand a little too long instead of just a quick tap, lasting a second or two, it's very subtle but usually indicates that they miss you. Next, the sixth point is your ex talking about feelings. For example, how they feel about their own life, about your life, and showing interest in it. Perhaps at the end of your romantic relationship, it was hard to communicate, and maybe your ex didn't show much interest in you, which is often the case. Suddenly, your ex starts asking about what you feel, what they feel, etc. Discussing feelings or more intimate things is also a great sign that you might get back together soon. The seventh point is whether your ex is inquiring about your private life. What are you doing? Who are you seeing? How's your job going? And so on. Maybe your ex is now liking things on Facebook, showing an interest that wasn't there before. This change in behavior is again an excellent sign that your ex wants to get back with you. The eighth point is realization. For example, moving from a phase where you were together and it was complicated, where your ex blamed you for everything, to suddenly your ex acknowledging their own mistakes and realizations. This shift from heated arguments during the breakup to reflecting on the relationship is another excellent sign of renewed contact and interest in your love life. Don't forget that every week, I offer a free 1-hour coaching session via email. This is an opportunity not to be missed, as I firmly believe that everyone deserves access to this support, and it's thanks to you that our community continues to grow. To participate, just follow these simple steps. Write in the comments, "I want coaching," and briefly describe your situation. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to win a free 1-hour email coaching session, express your interest in the comments, like, and subscribe. There will be a winner each week, ensuring everyone has a chance. The larger our community, the more we can help each other. The ninth point involves messages from mutual friends. Often, when an ex realizes they've made a mistake, they start spreading the word. It could be during a party, a phone call to their best friend, and then you start hearing rumors. "Hey, I bumped into your ex, they mentioned you?" Or "I heard you two met up." Usually, if someone doesn't want to get back with you, they tend not to talk about you because they've removed you from their life. If, on the contrary, your ex is freely sharing information about what you're both doing and hinting at a possibility of reuniting, that's again an excellent sign. The 10th point is coincidences. Have you noticed you're bumping into each other more often lately, seemingly by chance? On the way to dropping kids off at school, in the park, taking the bus, or going to work? It might seem accidental, but these coincidences are often part of a well-thought-out plan setting the stage for a possible reunion. The 11th point, and the penultimate one, is drunk texts. When there are no mental barriers, people often send texts like "I love you," "I miss you," "I'm thinking of you," and then apologize the next day, claiming they were drunk and to disregard their words. However, these instinctual messages often reveal true feelings, making them another excellent sign that your ex is still thinking about you. After all, you don't send affectionate or flirty texts to someone unless there's some truth behind them, some lingering thoughts. Lastly, the 12th and final point is your ex showing jealousy towards you. For example, is your ex warning you when someone of the opposite sex approaches you, cautioning that they might be trying to flirt with you? Jealousy is an excellent sign of love, just as sometimes hatred or pushing someone away can indicate that one is still in love but trying to get rid of those feelings. It's often said that love and hate are closely linked and stem from the same emotion. So, jealousy is, in essence, a sign of interest. The worst-case scenario would be if your ex were completely indifferent to you. That would be the worst sign: no positivity, no negativity, just a casual "hi, how are you?" followed by nothing else. If you sense jealousy, irritation, or love, these are all excellent signs. However, I want to caution you that some of these signs can be double-edged. For instance, if your ex is grieving the relationship, they might talk about the good times you had together, but it could just be a step in their grieving process. So analyze these signs carefully. Think about which ones apply to your current situation and which don't. It's by having the most signs that you'll get to the truth and know where you stand. If you watch shows like The Mentalist or Lie to Me, you'll see that it's all about analyzing a multitude of signs to determine if someone is lying or telling the truth. Similarly, customs officers are trained to analyze various signs in people who appear suspicious to decide whether they should be scrutinized further. If you want to delve deeper, there's a course available on decoding your ex, understanding if there's still a chance, and how to get back together. Feel free to click on the link to the course. As always, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and for more content, click on the links in the description below. You'll have access to a newsletter with weekly free videos that arrive in your mailbox on topics not covered in the YouTube videos. Feel free to ponder over these points, and I look forward to seeing you soon in the next video. Don't hesitate to comment with any questions or topics you'd like to see addressed. Have a wonderful day and see you soon.